This is not what I expected to be doing for this chapter. But, oh man, it's been rough. I was so out of my mind with grief the other day. I can't even believe I'm functioning today. It was bad. You know, just when I believe that I know it all and I have all the info and there's nothing more to find out, just when I think I'm at that point, what happens? I find more shit. It never ends. It never fucking ends. Okay. Let me think what we were doing. I don't even know. I don't know. I was looking at something and I just can't believe I never even put this together before. But I was looking at some of the phone bills, and what I did was because okay, here's the thing. When I told Brian that I was no longer comfortable with him going to that woman's house anymore, Ray's house, and it didn't seem to bother him, he didn't care, he still was going to go there, and it was very odd to me, it just didn't make sense to me. I'm supposed to be, the important one. She's supposed to be nothing. What the fuck is going on, right? And then I had to forbid him, and he was very angry about it. So because of that, I knew that he didn't want to stop contacting this woman. He didn't want to stop seeing this woman. For some reason, he had no desire to do that. Not for me. He just didn't. So I felt like because he didn't want to, he wasn't going to. That he would continue doing what he wanted behind my back. And of course, I was right to think that, because that's exactly what he did. Immediately, very shortly after I forbid their contact, that's when I noticed in the kitchen that he seemed to be too happy. I immediately thought to myself, he's talking to her, went to go search his truck. He wouldn't let me. He threatened to punch me if I didn't get away from his truck. But then the next day, or 2 days later, I don't know, he let me do it. He let me search it. Obviously, he had time to move it. Okay, months later, because I'm relentless, I found that fucking phone. And it was hidden under a box, high on a shelf above my head, with the code changed to a 6-digit number that, of course, he didn't remember what he changed it to. And he said that he changed it because the phone made him change it, which makes no sense. You know that. Obviously, he was using that phone to connect with her. But I put the kibosh on that. Right? Okay. The other thing that I did, because, like I said, I think of everything that I can. Now that my trust is completely gone, I think of everything. I'm obsessive. I'm OCD. So if it's something you can think of, I'm probably gonna think of it. And of course, I thought I'm gonna check the kids' phones' call logs to see if he used their phones. Well, what did I find? He used one of our son's phones in September of 2023. This was, I found out in April, and I think I'm not sure if I forbid them in April or May. Anyways, April, May, June, July, August, September. 5 months after he's supposed to be completely done with this woman. Telling me they're not talking, nothing. Telling me that. 5 months. He's calling a phone service. I looked the number up because I had no idea what it was. I knew it wasn't Flynn who called it because Flynn was in school at the time this number was called. And it's a phone service. It's called Total Wireless. I had never heard of it before. Somebody told me it's like the phones you get from Dollar General. That was him. It definitely wasn't me. I didn't even know that was a company. And why would I use my son's phone? It was definitely him. So he was using a phone service. So he was talking to her by that time. Obviously, he probably was talking to her that whole 5 months. Okay. Then the other night, I'm looking at some stuff. I see that Ray tried texting his phone on December 17th, 2023. Now, I had seen that already. What I didn't put together with it until the other night is that on past midnight, 12:36 a.m., my son's phone was used to call Ray. And it was a 5-minute phone call. It definitely wasn't my kids, and it wasn't me. I never called her. If I ever sent her anything, it was messages. Because I like to read back what I send her, I never called her. It wasn't me. It was him. And here's the other thing about that. Unreal. He was at a friend's house, working, doing their floor. I don't know what he was doing there, but he was there working. Yeah, that late at night. I can see in our messages on that date, on that night, he's working, and I'm paranoid. Asking him, what are you doing? Send me pictures, because I don't trust him. And of course I didn't trust him. He's not trustworthy. But yeah, he wasn't home. He was at his friend's house working. And you can see in his messages, he tells me, they left. He was there alone. They're alone. At 12:34, we're messaging. And then at 12:36, he calls Ray. And because it was 5 minutes, I'm assuming he left her a message, a voicemail. The other night when I put this together, I'm like, oh my God, you called her on our son's phone, and then the next day she tried to message you. Wow. Really, Brian? That's what? April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 8 months. 8 months after you're supposed to be completely done with this woman. You're calling her at almost 1 o'clock in the morning. And he denied it. He tried blaming it on me. He was swearing his head off, all angry, which is just a fucking... When he gets angry like that, I know I've got him. And he's mad that I've got him. But I wasn't, really like, saying it was definitely him. But I was just trying to think, what could it be? Could it have been me? No. And I thought about it. I really thought about it. He was such a fucking dick to me, too. I was really upset, especially because of how he was acting the other night when I was talking to him about this. And he even swore on his mother's and daughter's graves. He did. And he lied. He lied on their graves. Because it was him. That phone's location, it wasn't even at our house. And neither was he. He wasn't home. He obviously called her. When I figured that out, that he actually did that 8 months later. He's got it so bad for this woman that 8 months later, he's calling her to say what? Thinking of you, miss you, What? What did he have to say to her at this point? What? And I was so upset. And of course he tried to lie and say it wasn't him. And I just was out of my mind. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Yes, it was you. It absolutely was you. You can't deny it. I have proof. It's you. It was you. It was you. It was you. You and that phone were both out of our house. I was at our house waiting for you to get home, all paranoid. And 2 weeks before my fucking birthday. 2 weeks before my birthday. He has to call Ray. I mean, what would you think he'd need to call her for at this point, 8 months later? I mean, obviously he had been contacting her to an extent. I don't know for how many months, for how long. I have no idea. But I do know that at some point he stopped. And the reason why I know that is because kind of around the same time that he was leaving her that message, I texted her with a text app. And I told her it was him. And I sent his picture. I think I already said this. But this part is what I had forgotten. She believed it was him. She did. Initially, anyways. Right? Because I couldn't freaking keep in character too long. Anyways, one of the first things she said was, I never dreamed you'd just start ignoring me, Brian. That's what she said. I never dreamed you'd just start ignoring me, Brian. Oh, but Ray, isn't that exactly what you did to me? Yes, it is. And you know what else that indicates, that sentence there? It also indicates that she expected him to ignore me as well, because she knew that I was not okay with their relationship. I wanted it over, and that I was demanding that happen. But somehow she's shocked. She's shocked that my husband did as I wanted him to do and stopped talking to her. She's shocked. No, Marissa's supposed to be the one that gets ignored. Not me. Not me. I'm Ray. Your wife gets ignored, not me. What are you doing, Brian? Brian, are you really obeying your wife? And you know what that tells me? If she truly was shocked that Brian would do as I asked him to do and you know, sever that relationship. And she was shocked that he would do that. She clearly believed he had no respect for me, that he was not going to do what I wanted him to do because he just, you know, it wasn't me that he was giving his loyalty to. So whatever he was telling her made her believe that. He was definitely telling her, you know, that she was the one and I meant nothing. Me and his vows, nothing to him. And I was so fucking hurt. And I said to him the other day, you know what we were doing the day that you called that fucking phone service on our son's phone, trying to be sneaky? You know what we were doing? I was helping you get your new truck. That's what we were doing. I was helping you while you were behind my back, betraying me. That's what I get. And this was after everything. I still decided to help him do that. And I said, next time you need help with a vehicle, you can call her. Because I'm done helping you. I'm done. If that's what I get for helping you, I'm done. Go to her. She clearly was your choice. You clearly wanted to keep that relationship. No matter what I felt, you didn't want to do that for me. You even went behind my back to keep that relationship. That was your first choice. Obviously, you're too embarrassed to go be where you really want to be. You don't want the embarrassment that would come with, moving in with that 71-year-old, sorry, whatever she is now. Right? Yeah, you don't want to destroy your image like that. So you're just settling to be with your wife, who's been nothing but good to you. Faithful, supportive. I could tell some of it got to him, and he probably feels some guilt because I was crying. He said, come on inside. Like he was gonna, care about me. But I was trying to tell him, that joke about, only wanting to get sick if it was from Ray. I said, you know what? I want you to tell me that you understand that is not appropriate to say. It's not appropriate for a loyal married man to say that to another woman. Joke or not. And he can't do it. He's like, it was a joke because Mike was worried about getting sick. That doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't. It just doesn't. You weren't saying it to Mike. You were saying it to Ray. And if someone said that to me, if a man said that to me, I'd feel like he was hitting on me, or I'd feel like he was like telling me I was his only desire. That's exactly what I would take that to be. But somehow it's a joke because of Mike. I'm like, Brian, if I had to live by your care, I'd be dead. I'd be dead. I'm telling you. No, it's not okay. I was even like, why don't we post it to Facebook and see what other people think? You think it's, because he's like, I think it was a pretty funny joke. It's not funny at all. It's not even a joke. I said, let's post it to Facebook and see what other people think. And he, of course, got on me. I don't give a fuck what other people think. It's context. I'm like, well, I can give them context. What a fucking... but you're going to sit here and tell me that, yes, it's definitely a joke and it was funny. And no, you're not going to do that. You're going to be honest. You're going to tell me it's inappropriate. It shouldn't have been sent. It shouldn't have been said. And you know what? I just... stop being a coward. Just go be where you fucking want to be. So what? Just have what you want. If people judge you for being with what you want, who cares, right? Who cares what people think? Right, Brian? What a fucking fake fucking piece of shit. He's so fake. He can't fucking tell the truth. It's just, get some balls. Get some fucking balls. Be real. Can you be real for me? No, he can't be. So, the new shit is that, I knew he was trying to contact her right after I forbid him. But now it's official. It is official. At least months. He had to have been contacting her for months after I forbid him to. Months. And then after he stopped, obviously he had her on his mind still enough that he wanted to leave her a message 2 weeks before my birthday. You know, could he still be contacting her? Absolutely. How would I know? He knows I'm going to see the kids' logs, so he can't do that anymore. You know, and I told him, I'm going to search your truck whenever I feel like it, and you're not going to threaten me with violence either. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'll catch him. You never know. You never know at this point. You really don't. Because one of the things that I've been asking him for to help me, you know, to do something to help me get over this is call her. Which he said he's willing to do. But, you know, I just feel like I can't trust him not to warn her. I can't. And, you know, because he's willing to do that, maybe he is in contact with her. Like, I need to, like, do random searches if I want to catch him, if I care enough to catch him, right? I mean, really, at this point, it's over. It's over. I don't want to be with a man who was supposed to be loyal to me, but chose someone else over me and went behind my back to do it too. Tried so hard to convince me to let things stay status quo. Like I was going to buy his bullshit story of the mother-son thing. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yep, things can continue just fine. No, those days are over, honey. Long over. And so are we. We're over. I gotta wait. The thing is, I need his help. We need to get a new house on our land for our kids. Because they deserve that. They deserve a nice home. And I want them to have that. He destroyed their future and mine as a family. He destroyed that. He threw that away for this old woman. That's what he did. He threw our family away for this old woman. So he can't have it anymore. But he's gonna put our house there. Once our house is there, I'm divorcing him and I want him gone. That's what I want. I can't even look at him and, like, I mean, he's just evaporated everything that I have for him. I think he's a piece of shit, worthless piece of shit, because he had a beautiful, faithful, devoted, supportive, he had a good wife with beautiful children, and he threw that in the trash because he couldn't resist a fucking old fucking pig. And then he fucking wanted her more than he wanted us and me. He liked it better. I don't know. Sick fucking shit. Sick. Who wants to fuck their mother? I don't know. To me, that's kind of sick. But hey, maybe it being a weirdo thing just made it more exciting to him. I don't know, but I don't want that. No, I don't want to be second to a fucking 70-year-old whore. Sorry, I don't. Bye. Bye-bye. Get me my house and bye-bye. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. I can't wait till you're gone. I really can't. Like, I don't want you here. I mean, I'm constantly in my mind sending him, I hate your guts, I hate your guts, I hate your guts. I'm constantly in the other room going, I hate your guts, under my breath to him because I hate his guts. I hate his fucking weak pig guts. That's what he is, a weak pig with an obsession for a 70-year-old granny. Yep. She's disgusting. She's ugly. I don't get it. But you know what? I don't care. Go. You're not good enough for me. You're not good enough for me. You and her belong together. I'd rather be alone. But I won't be for long. I guarantee you that.